we did take a break. But we did take a break. But why we take a break? As you can see, we're drinking tea right now. Tea is also one of our favorite thing to drink.
Right.
So why we take a break? We also saw a market opportunity for tea.
But in that moment, did you think you'd do something again? Did you think you'd start something? Did you
Well-
know what? Were you that convinced it was tea, or did you explore other things?
As I told you before, my family is coming from a series of businesses, so it's always like doing something.
Doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We working on several ideas, and many of my friends ask the same question as you asked. How does it feel to give up your baby to someone else? From the beginning, we don't perceive that as something that's personally attached to us. It's something that we created. We had good vision for it, and we hope that it will last longer, even in our hand or someone else's hands. And I think they will try our best to. Nutifood will try their best to do what's best for the brand. And we think that we have contributed our part. And when it's time for departure, then we just move on.
But when you moved on, did you know you wanted to do something else?
Yeah.
But did you know what you wanted to do, or did you go through a phase of exploration?
It's
Like-
a phase of exploration. We
Def-
have so many ideas on our
Definitely.
Like
mind.
what?
Definitely.
But like what did you?
Well, for one, we have we know what we can't do. Like say, we cannot do fresh food or frozen food.
Or no cold chain,
No
no
cold chain.
frozen.
No
We've
fresh.
had enough
too.
of that.
Yeah, because we wanted something easy. At the time when we started, we have a lot of restriction on our products. Say when we started is when TikTok also arrived in Vietnam in
Okay.
2021.
The TikTok shop, you mean?
The TikTok shop to
Yeah.
2022. And then, but we cannot use it at all. They don't allow it because of the cold chain.
Yeah, it's frozen food.
Yeah. So our capacity of marketing and stuff, we can do a much more. But we were so afraid that if we do much more, then we cannot deliver.
Yeah.
And then our customer will be more mad at us rather than knowing about us.
Not having ice cream, you don't want to deal with customer who's angry at not
Yeah,
having ice cream.
so we felt when we do it at our marketing base and agency base, we felt like our hands are very tight.
So what did you explore? Just tell me, you want to share?
So we
Tell me.
wanted to explore something. First is no fresh food and no frozen. Something personal care.
Yeah, something
care.
personal care, something like health and beauty, but
Right.
like supplements product, we explore that aspect as well. Something like personal care in like cosmetic,
Hair
And-
care, body care.
baby care, maternity care.
At one time, we also explore oat milk.
Yeah,
That was probably a little bit before the trend hit.
it was way before that, and we stopped that idea at the very right moment.
Maybe it would have been a bit too early, I guess.
Yeah.
And then so that is the time when we think about hiring, producing like OEM
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like when we first started, we think everything has to do by ourselves, and then eventually through many lessons, we now looking for also OEM instead of investing in our own manufacturing.
Yeah. So just to prepare you for that scale, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Without you being the limitation.
And yes, and then the limitation and also the capital limitation,
Yeah.
both.
Yes.
And also time and effort that's allow you to focus on what you do best,
Yeah.
then try to juggle in between so many tasks.
Yeah.
So we after doing Bliss, we learned that we are very good in creating branding or thinking and looking for a good way into the market or seeing the open space in the market.
find a niche, design a product that fits to that, coated it with a proper branding names, pricing strategy, and let's just leave the manufacturing to someone who's better than us.
Yeah.
Know your limitation.
And with also some criteria, right? Because
Yeah,
the
of
learning for
course.
Bliss is you had, the buyers interested also in your product truth and your, like you said, 30% fruit. And
Yeah.
you need some principles.
Yes,
which,
yes. You have to really be the expertise in creating that stuff,
Right.
but not actually have to do it by your own
Exactly.
hand.
Yeah, exactly. So, but how did you then? So that was Bliss exit 2 years ago, and now you're in the tea business.
It is.
How did that happen, and how did you like decide on tea though? I know you like tea, but we
It-
are in such a
It
coffee
is.
country,
Yes.
and I always say, like, for friends visiting, they feel the energy and the momentum in Vietnam. So coffee has
Stronger
a
foundation,
boost, a
bigger
foundation,
audience.
like,
And that's
so-
exactly why we don't venture to
right.
that.
So how did you decide on tea, your concept? What is it?
Is I think stepping back a little bit, it always has been our shared interest of having good food, good drinks, quality material, and something that's really click deeper into us. For tea, we have been tea pal for years, but we have always been the one who's searching for good tea. For tea, you never thought of knowing the one who's growing it, the real land that's creating the tea, and the real people behind it. So it has always been something that we just wanted to know a little bit more, a little bit more. And when we have a break after Bliss, we have much more time to travel. Before that, it was like once a year or maybe 2 years we go and look for that. But after that, we go a lot to China, particularly. And then eventually we found something that we truly love. Someone who worked with us and actually go down to the very farm and talk to the very human behind each tea and to only sell the product that you know for sure and not just be the one who traders of tea.
So it's the same thing. It's actually the same concept with Bliss. When you know the source of the products and you deliver high quality products, and then you speak truth about products. That's what we're looking for. And when we do that, we found a gap in the market where mostly people in here, also from personal experience, that we couldn't find a source of tea that they can tell me exactly where and how this tea were made. And then I was looking for that. So this is a strategic gap in there.
Yeah.
And then also that's number one, is a gap in the market. And second is the trend of the city, where now that specialty coffee is already quite well established.
Quite
So
saturated
so
too.
then people are known about we are already educated about the origins of the products.
Yeah.
And then we think that now it's the good time for tea to enter the market
Yeah.
in the good way, like a specialty coffee.
You know, I'm Sri Lankan, right? And
Yeah.
I always have this problem of tea
Yeah.
because the commercial teas out there are actually crap. So it's a thing to nurture, I think.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So how did you stumble upon? So this brand is
Yi
Yi
Huo.
Huo.
Yi Huo,
Yeah.
and that's a Chinese farmer or an entrepreneur, or what is that story though?
He is a entrepreneur. He was looking for something more organic tea from the old time. Say the tea is good because of the quality of the soil that it was growing
Climate.
on, the climates, and the type of the tea and the regions. and how it was processed. So he was looking for these original way of enjoying tea, especially it has to have no pesticide and no fertilizer.
Yeah.
And the reason why we decided to work with this guy is I've been to so many tea house and talked to so many tea master where they always appear to be knowledgeable, calm, and they introduce you to products, but then you find that the products stop at what is this type of tea and how does it taste, and it's lack of the story behind that.
Right.
Whereas this guy, he has been working on this for more than 10 years, going through more than 70 mountains, talk to more than 1,000 farmers in order to found 23 farms that right now is the supplier of Yi Huo.
So can I ask you one thing though that came to my mind? You created bliss from scratch,
Yes.
and now you what's the word, you
Distributed.
distribute, or you are an ambassador, or you have adopted
Yeah.
a brand that someone else created. How, because it's two different mindsets,
Yeah, it
right?
is.
So how did you find the belief in switching? Because from what you say, you want to be in the product. You feel like you want your DNA in the product. But in this case, you trust someone completely
It
to
sounds
give you
like
that.
we leave it to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to, in order to have the feeling that this is something that we want to work on, we have to truly believe in it. So we actually talk to the guy, travel with him to the tea farm, witness the tea farmer cultivate the soil and take care of the tea leaf and how they do it. And I see that even in China, Chinese people are easily fooled by their own people. You would think that Chinese people know tea best. No, they're just like us. The amount of craft tea out there
Yeah, sure.
are so everywhere, and to go to see, to talk and live with them is also make you appreciate it. And it's not just we completely trust someone else to do it, but there's proof of fact as well. Each of the tea has to go through a test through SMS of more than 100 criteria like lead or heavy metal, pesticide residue, and all of them have to come with zero residue. And each of the farm has to go through that test for at least consecutive 3 years of free residue.
I think the mindset change coming from the experience of bliss. Like I said, after doing bliss, we learn the thing that we do the best. Number one is creating a brand. Number two is finding the market gap that we can enter in. And number three is operating, selling it, customer service. One of the success of Bliss is doing customer service very well as well.
Right.
So now that I learned from that, even though our passion also is in crafting the products, but knowing your limitation is
Sure.
also one thing that we learn.
That's
So
fair.
now that we know the three things that we are best at, so we decided that we'll go in that route without crafting. Maybe when we're crafting, we can do a side business. Like for example, with this kind of tea, we are talking about creating a smaller brand about cakes that make from tea. And that is where we can touch our hands on.
Right.
But after all the lesson learned,
Fair enough.
we changing our mindset.
Yeah, that's fair. And you also said, right, one of the learnings is also go to OEM.
Yeah.
So this is almost like a better option than OEM, where you have an actual person like you who
Yeah.
is in the product, right?
Yeah.
And also, I think is the approach to the brand and the product itself too. The way that our partner in China is doing is he sourced the very good tea, but he let people come to him. when we bring it to Vietnam, we want to make the tea culture more approachable for people.
Yeah.
When you think of tea, you think of someone who's like 30 plus, 40 plus, who's calm, who's has been through life, just want a moment for himself. But someone like our camera crew, someone who worked in the agency back then when we started our job, I needed a good cup of tea too.
Sure.
It doesn't have to alienate them. It could be something of their own too.
Yeah. Tea has
So-
a big cultural baggage from like 200 years ago.
Yeah.
And
So I think what is our passion about is also help changing the mindset of people over
Yeah.
products, like what we did with Bliss, changing or raising the value of ice cream.
premium ice cream,
yeah.
the value of
Yeah, and right now we are doing the same.
But can I ask you a little bit, right? So, like in Bliss, I understand you when you launched, you had control over product, and like you said, customer service and the front end was a big differentiator. And I think you have like even right now 4.8 or 4.9 stars out of 5 as your rating, which is very high. But when you move to a model of like the tea model, you're more relying on the front end, like you said, educating, trying to change perception, which is a little bit expensive because you have to market and spend on education. So are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to educate? Because sometimes you can enter a market where there is already a need, but also you have to maybe enter a market where you have to kind of provoke the need a little bit, which has a little bit of a different challenge as well, right?
It is, it is. And I think the theme has been consistent since we started Bliss. We could have sell cake or like bubble tea where
Sure.
everyone is desiring a cup of bubble tea, but it's red market, it's a red ocean, everyone's swimming in it, and there's no real innovation in it. I think deep down inside, we have always wanted to do something differently in terms of to offer a true value, a true solution that is not just taking something that's already in the market, do a little bit of twist and turn, give it a better look
Sure.
for branding. We always wanted to do something that's really needed in the market right now.
Also, one of the lessons learned from Bliss is I think we're good in managing a small to medium scale business. When we started Bliss, we dreamed big,
Yeah.
like a thousand billion a year. Yeah, that was our number. But I think people are born for different purposes. We ourselves, who are quite meticulous, we want something that within our control. So from when we start this, our vision changed differently. Like from 1,000 billion per the Vietnam dong per year, I would change to I want 1,000 loyal customers, and that's good enough for us. Tea is a quite high value product. We don't need that much for a small business. And then beside that, because of the after Bliss, there are quite an opening opportunity for us to start our own place. Also, there's a lot of people who come to us asking for consultant. So that's why we think that we can do more than just one business. When we were doing Bliss together for 4 years, it's consumed our entire life.
Sure. I think that's a powerful point for me about knowing your benchmarks and expectations. Like I can imagine giving yourself a target of 1,000 billion and how crazy it must have driven you versus
Yeah.
slow down. Okay, this is all my level is, my capacity,
Yeah.
stick within my boundaries. That would have also been more fulfilling, right?
Yeah,
Than
it is.
trying to make an elephant fly, which
It
was
is.
Yes. When I started this, I look at my father, who passed away now, 9 years already, as a model. The model from him is doing one business his entire life. He's doing in mushroom spawn, straw mushroom spawn. So it's basically a seed where you can grow, where you buy and you put in a straw and it grow up. And he only did one business his entire life. And I thought that when I found Bliss, I thought like, okay, this is it. This is my lifetime business. Maybe I will work until the end of my life with this company, and this is my life. But then I realized that I am more than it. I want to do other products too. Like I said, when we do Bliss, we have a lot of limitation about distribution, blah blah blah. We could have done more. So, and then that is when we both learn that we are good in a small business and we can managing different business rather than just focus fully on one. So you have that choice too. When we talk about startup in general, you think about one, but we think now that we are better at a model where we're managing several others as well.
That's an interesting learning because if you watch all these investment shows, like in Vietnam, also Shark Tank and this and that, they're very anxious about investing in people who have many things.
Yes.
And what you say is like the opposite almost. Like
Yes.
if you have the wit and the ideas and the capacity and you can do it, so why not?
I think the connection between us is very special. We are friends at first, and we are business partner. And I think what we enjoy the most is to study, analyze, finding the problem, and then cater a solution to that. And while we're solving our problem, suddenly I realized we have become a sample, an example for someone who look on it. And then people come talk to us at first as a casual talk, and then eventually they get more open, they share about their problem, and then we realize that we can help them.
I told you right earlier, off camera as well, like don't underestimate what you have done
Yeah.
because there's always someone watching and learning.
Yeah.
So the more you speak and share, I'm sure there's plenty of people willing to learn your
Which
lessons.
brings us to our third business.
Right.
Is right now we are beside this tea shop. Actually, the model of this tea shop is not an F&A model. Yeah.
What's the model before we go to the third?
Yeah.
What's your business model for tea?
Our model is also home delivery tea.
Yeah.
And you're the loose tea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the loose
boxes
tea, like
like
this,
these.
like this. Yeah. So this time, learning is
It's a dry
ambience.
product.
It's an ambience.
Long shelf life.
Yeah, long shelf life.
The longer the better.
The longer the better. Yeah.
And not so heavy,
Not so heavy.
a lot of water.
Yeah, and it can stay out forever.
So what's the business model for the tea business?
The business model for tea is also similar to Bliss, which is home delivery for tea, for packaged tea. And then you can bring it home and then you can drink it at home. And so this shop is for us to welcome guests to try tea. Like, for example, if you buy a package of tea like this, you feel like a big commitment. And there's like 20 to 30 type. Which one should I try? Tea is a little bit different than ice cream in a sense of like when I say avocado, you know avocado. When I say chocolate, you know chocolate. But tea is, the flavor is quite delicate. And you have to try it for yourself first. I can explain to you about the flavor, but it has to be your personal taste as well. So it has to be a showroom where you can try out. If you're far away, then yes, sorry, you cannot come and try out. But here is a shop in Saigon where people can come and try
So
it
what
out.
you have, so how many, like you have, how many SKU? Like you have different variety and grades of tea.
Yes.
Right now, I think it's more than 20 different SKU. Here, what we try to introduce in our tea shop is that not just the taste of the tea itself, but also how you can prepare it. You can have it hot, you can have it cold, you can have it mixed with something else. So you feel like it's more approachable. It's not something far away, it's not something divine that's not for you.
And that's the thing brands like TWG and all they do. they make it so unapproachable and so premium that you feel like afraid to go in. But I saw also you have a map, so you explain the origins.
And it's really a whole journey. I think when we consume food and drink, sometimes we live in a big city in our hectic lifestyle. We forgot about our connection with what we consume. Back then, when we work with Bliss, we really love for people to understand, for example, the avocado from Daklak, in our opinion, is the best avocado. It's similar to tea. When you understand where it comes from, you can decode more, you can taste more of the flavor, and you appreciate how nature have bring us these products.
Right, and you're connected to the experience and the product, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's important. Yeah. So that's and what's your ambition though for tea of this business? It's a D2C brand, and so what are your like ambitions for this business?
Well, for tea, we're talking about first we have to talk about the two regions in the country. In the northern area, tea is quite well established.
Like
and they
Hanoi
have-
has tea shops.
many
Which-
tea shops,
which we don't have.
many tea shops, and then they have their own taste and everything. And then the community there is quite maybe have a strong belief in their products, so it's hard to convince them. But we see an opening in Ho Chi Minh City, as I said, when they started to talk about specialized coffee, specialty coffee. Now we have specialty tea. For people like me who cannot drink coffee. And then, so now our passion for this is to introduce tea as something more enjoyable products. You feel like if you are a coffee drinker or like a cafe soda drinker, you rely on a coffee to stay awake, to feel understandable. To feel work. To increase energetic and increase
focus.
feel productive. You have an alternative, such as tea, and then we want it to be approachable in the younger people where they can have tea drinking at home.
In office, in
in
different
office.
occasion.
I have an image of a young adult who work from, let's say, 25 to 35. They just recently bought their new apartments or move into their rented apartment. They usually have the drinks at home, which is like a bottle of cold tea in their fridge, because that's how they take care of themselves. I have an imagination that they would want to put our tea in there, because now it's not just something to drink, less boring than water, but something tastes good and also good for your health.
Yeah, the clean part of it, right? Because it comes from like no pesticides and the clean label side.
And also proper processing process, because some of the process that we didn't know can sometimes have harmful things in it, like mold and stuff. that
Tea
you don't
also
know.
has medicine part of it too.
Medicinal aspect.
Yeah, medicinal aspect where if you drink, like what we are drinking right now is a rock tea. So which means the tea grow in the Rocky Mountains, and when they finish it, they roasted the tea again with the fire. It helps to warm your body up on these stormy days.
Cloudy day like these days.
Yeah.
And it's high in antioxidants. Like
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
And to my surprise, drinking tea helps me awake and focus better than coffee. Because for coffee, I'm similar to her. Coffee gave me anxiety feeling every single time I tried it, even though how mild the coffee is. But for tea, I have a longer awaken, and it felt very gentle, but still really, really effective.
Yeah. So that's tea, and now you have the third business line, which is your consultancy, right? Which gives you the credibility because you had an exit, you're creator, and you also have another business. So how is that going, the consultancy model? What does it focus on? What kind of areas do you focus on?
For the consultancy, I think people come to us first for a chat, for an advice, and then right now it has expanded into several projects going on at the same time. We have a customer in Germany who wanted to establish a yogurt manufacturing line similar to the one that we had in Bliss. Because when we work on ice cream, we have a line of yogurt. And yogurt and ice cream are two different occasions and two different clientele. For yogurt, you have the health benefit, the sustainable is like something you have day in, day out. And they were actually one of the previous customer of Bliss. So we are helping them with business model, setting up the equipment line, training people, designing the product in terms of pricing, packaging, and how they would retail their product.
So this is their own brand for under
this
their
would be
brand,
their own brand.
and they're not in the manufacturing food
Not
business.
yet, not yet.
So it's from scratch. You're doing
Yes,
everything
from
from scratch. Right.
So it started because we are doing F&B products. So now it's the first batch of client would be food focusing. So now it's a cake one, it's a gelato one, and then it's a yogurt one. Some in Vietnam, some outside.
Who want to come to Vietnam?
Yeah, who want to come to Vietnam, or like she said, the one in Germany, and then it's expanded to beauty products, like someone who want to open a clinics or like a chain of spas. They're looking for us to redefine their target and then
Brand
branding.
positioning and how they would
the
package their
model.
business model for further future.
So these are what's the word? These are like people who want, like founders who need external help,
Yes.
or people with money who kind of have a passion in a certain business and they need some expertise. They come to you to kind of do the planning and the plans.
Yes.
It's like an architectural model, right? Like like you do the framework.
Yeah, it's like how do we started it and what is the correct direction to point at?
But do you get involved in any of the operations or not? It's too soon yet.
It will depends on each project. Some of the customer have their operational procedure already. What needs a little bit twist and turn, and some people who just has a blank canvas to start with.
And you're sorry.
Yeah, I think we do. So it depends on the operations. Also, what we are all developing is their communication strategy as well, because that's our specialties from the beginning. So the business model first, and then your detail is we would focus on communication.
Right. And what's your revenue model there? Do you get a share in the business, equity share, a fee? Are you open to all kinds of models for that?
Right now is more on the consultation fee.
Anything come to market yet?
I think the one that is mostly active right now is the series of beauty clinic that aim at a certain target of the customer right now.
That's interesting. And that's like a market entry kind of.
It's already existing, but they kind of the further down the road, the more confused they realize that they were.
So how do you balance your time? Like what is your, like, because you have tea and then your consultancy, is it equally split?
We just talk about that.
Yeah.
We work 6 hours on Sunday.
There's no Sunday.
There's no Sunday. But when you say about, it's actually come to that, we say there is work and life, but I think it's all life.
Yeah.
We enjoy what we're doing. So it's our life and depends on how we allocate the time. So there's no Sunday or there's no Monday. It just work. It's just
It
life.
just was important.
Yeah.
We need to talk on this. Let's
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So, Mai, Thao,
Yeah.
working with each other, how is it like? How is it to work together?
I say
Because you've been together now 6 years.
6 year.
Would you always do things together?
I say
For 6 years, yes,
for 6
always,
years, yes.
always do together.
Before that, I've never thought that I would do business with someone else because I thought it would be faster, more efficient, more convenient if I just decide because I already work for my own. And I think she said the same belief until when we met, and then my husband suggested the idea of working together. That was the first time that I actually work with someone else, and I think I was lucky to find her, to be able to have a friend, a companion in doing business is a luxury that you might not have.
Partnerships are not always meant to work out.
I remember one of the sentences she told me actually, which I think she doesn't remember, is if one person go far, two people can go further, which is my constraint from the beginning. Like I said, if I was in the kitchen, I cannot answer people in the front. And with her helping me from the beginning, we each can do our job very quickly and fast. And we are very lucky to found each other. Let's say we are almost replaceable in each other. So if she is absent, if I'm absent, I'm completely believe that she can make all the decision without consulting me. I can
We are interchangeable and
Yeah.
really trust each other. And I think to have that trust, we have to have the same values and the same principle, and we share a lot of similarity. Besides work, when we found something interesting, something we want to learn and work on, we always invite each other, and that creates a synergy that help us to do better in work.
So we're both learners.
Yeah.
I think that's helpful, like to always learn. Like from my observation, even though it's a short run, relatively, I would say with Bliss, your learnings are very powerful, and I see you carrying it forward into new things. So for anyone interested in F&B, these are the guys to learn from and not make the mistakes by themselves. Right? Thank you, Thao. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.